Do you have a unique selling proposition for your business? It's something that's known as a USP. Now, maybe you have one and maybe you don't. And in this video, I'm going to share with you why it's critical that you do have one for your business and why most people who teach you about USPs actually leave out one critical point that if you also leave it out of creating your own USP, then your USP is actually going to fail flat on its face. So let me share with you a little bit more about USPs and how to create the best kind for your business that's going to help you to increase your revenue and to help you to get the maximum amount of sales. So if you're familiar with Dan Kennedy, he has a very famous question. And Dan Kennedy is a business coach. He's helped out people for decades with small businesses and helping them to grow their businesses. And he has this one question that he teaches all of the people that take his courses and his programs. And this is what he says. He says, you must be able to answer this question. Why should I do business with you versus every other option, including doing nothing? So for example, if you are selling bikes, then you must be able to answer, hey, why should I buy bikes from your business instead of buying bikes from any other business, including the option to not buy a bike at all? Because there's even alternatives to bikes, right? As an alternative methods of transportation. For example, you see some people that are buy those Segways, you know, those kind of two-wheel machines that you see in the mall with, you know, security people, they're riding on top of them and things like that. So that's what you have to be able to answer to come up with your USP. But however, the one thing that people or that business coaches sometimes leave out when it comes to USPs is that even though it's called a USP, but they leave out the word desirable. And so instead of a USP, unique selling proposition, you need to create a unique selling desirable proposition. And that's because I see so many times that business owners, when they create their USP, they create something, but they don't think whether it's desirable to their audience or not. Let me give you an example from my own experience that I think is going to drive the point home. So many years ago, I used to own a condo before I got married. I bought one when I was just a bachelor, and I was blessed to be able to afford one. And I had the person that I bought it from was a lady. It was a short sale, and she hadn't really done very good upkeep of this condo. So I bought it from her for a great price, and I spent a lot of money on it and doing upgrades. And two of the upgrades that I did in this condo was that I put in brand new hardwood floors, and before that I just had tiles all over the place. So I had these beautiful Virginia walnut floors, hardwood floors put in. And I also had a contractor put in a marble fireplace. And it was absolutely beautiful. So many people would come over to my condo and be like, oh wow, Peter, this is a really nice place. And it was pretty cool. So I ended up a few years later marrying my wife, and we ended up moving into a house. And so instead of selling my condo, I ended up renting it out. So I put out applications out there, or I put out advertisements out there telling people, hey, if you want to apply to rent this condo, then go ahead and fill out the application. Now, people had told me to always have a few extra months reserves worth of the mortgage on your condo that you're trying to rent out, because many times they don't get rented out right away. Well, as it happens is that I put this place up for rent on a couple of websites, and within 3 days I had it rented out. I had more than 15 different applicants come out and see it, and they all absolutely loved the place. And why is that? That's because out of all the other condos out there, it stuck out. It was the only condo that had a hardwood floors, and it was the only place that had a marble fireplace, and that was so desirable for the people that wanted to come and rent it out. Now, if I had just, I didn't have those hardwood floors, if I didn't have those that marble fireplace, and I just had red walls, well, yeah, maybe the red walls are unique, but it's not desirable to my target audience, which was the renters at the time. So if you want to come up with a unique selling proposition, then you must be able to answer that question of why should somebody do business with you as opposed to doing business with anybody else, including the option of doing nothing. And you want to make sure that your unique selling proposition is something that's desirable to your target market. So this is something that I also teach in my programs with clients, in which I help people, small business owners, take their business to the next level and grow it by 30% or more, and helping them to do it without spending more time. So if you're interested in that kind of program, then hey, there's going to be a link below this video for you to check it out. So I hope that was helpful when it comes to learning about USPs, and hey, I'll talk to you in the next video.